It's obvious that there is retouching absolutely everywhere. From the images that we see in magazines to the fashion industry to everyday Instagramming.
My name's Vick Hope, and as Adobe Photoshop celebrates its 25th anniversary, I'll explore this topic and the extensive views of the public. I'll be running a social experiment in which a group of ordinary people will have a professional photo shoot before being retouched to the standard we'd see on a fashion magazine cover. I'm on my way to London Fashion Week and I'm curious to find out what some of the fashionistas think about the topic. I'm here at the final day of London Fashion Week, and if there is any one place I know I'm going to be surrounded by people who know those images that we see in magazines inside out, it is here. So I want to find out what they think about retouching. What do you understand by that word? What does it mean to you?
Taking the natural look and just completely going over something just to make it more of a perfected kind of image.
People retouching photos to make them look better, sometimes slimmer.
Getting rid of what would be seen by the public as imperfections.
Editing things out that shouldn't be there.
Some pictures are so worse photoshopped that you don't even see your arm.
It does create impossible standards.
It's the day of the photo shoot and I've arrived at the studio to meet Ali, Jane, Anna, Margie and Rena. They volunteered to take part today and a photo shoot like this is a completely new experience for them. I'm intrigued to know what they're expecting from the shoot and the final retouched product.
I think it can be a really good thing. I think it really can boost somebody's confidence and make them feel really great that their skin looks so radiant and they look so lovely.
If they learn to love their flaws through this experiment, then what a result.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
For me, as a makeup artist, I don't like to see too much retouching on my work. What you can achieve with makeup, I find, is amazing. That really, really false look isn't something that advertisers want at the moment. They do want something that people can relate to a bit more, I find. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think they really need any retouching.
What do you think might be done?
I think probably sorting out my skin, slimming me up a bit. Yeah, just sort of changing the size of various features.
You're torn between wanting to look good and then, wanting to actually recognise yourself, I suppose.
Yeah, I just want to look natural but good. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
It's like a scale, isn't it, between sort of enhancing and perfecting and then just changing. Are you worried that if a flaw is taken out, it kind of draws attention to the fact you had it in the first place?
Exactly, and I guess flaws actually make who you are. I mean, it's okay to enhance your features and hide the flaws, but it's not okay to completely change it and become something else, I guess, yeah.
I'm kind of excited to see the difference between the normal photos and the retouched ones and see if there's actually a big difference or not.
So everyone's had their photo shoot and in a week's time all will be revealed. Between now and then the photos will be developed, they'll be retouched by a professional Photoshop artist and we'll see what the guys think of the finished product.
I want to explore another side of and perspective on retouching. So now that the photos have been set off, I've gotten in touch with Cara. She's the co-founder of Verily, the one and only Photoshop-free fashion magazine on the market. Our team in New York met with her to find out more about the magazine and the work they do.
The message with Verily is really about being the best you. Our tagline is less of who you should be, more of who you are. And really the emphasis is on being yourself. It's not about the Photoshop or not Photoshop, right? It's about what's the message that you're sending. We want to do better for women, and we want to not just tell women to feel good about themselves, we want to show them how beautiful they really are and can be. And I think that's the problem with Photoshop retouching or changing women's features or body shape, is that you're basically saying what you are isn't good enough, and we're going to not only show you at your best, but at something that you aren't even actually. I think that the biggest resistance we've seen is from photographers, more so than anybody else. Finding a photographer whose vision of beauty matches ours is a real difficult thing to do. Again, it comes back to, Photoshop is a tool, and what's your vision of beauty is really the issue at hand.
Of course, photographers have a huge part to play in this story. Back in London, I'm on my way to have a chat with fashion photographer Jose Pope, who's keen to tell me what he thinks of retouching.
So Jose, a lot of your work is retouched, but only by you.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I like the control of doing my own retouching. As a photographer, you know what you want when you're actually on a shoot.
Does it ever worry you that a retoucher could change it too much and it becomes something that it's not?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it depends on the situation,
Yeah.
but like in a few examples I have seen the image change quite a lot. I'm for a little bit of retouching. I was taught myself to retouch minimally, so you know, really just like getting rid of blemishes. But this is mainly with male portraiture because men it's a right to make them look a little bit rougher and more normal. For the top ones here, that was mainly lighting. But with girls, you know, there is that image of like girls need to have the perfect skin. You need to put across the fact, I think people just don't really do this with maybe young girls, that it is retouched and it's not real. Because you do get young girls who are really influenced by it. I have had instances where I've uploaded an image onto Instagram, you know, from the shoot for straight away. So I haven't had very much time to do a retouching, but I was contacted straight away to get the image taken down. So when you start changing body parts, that's when I think it's pushing it.
Their body parts may not be changed, but how far is pushing it for my group? It's the reveal day and I'm back in the studio to show them the retouched photos and compare the before and after shots. But which will they prefer?
I really struggled to recognise it as myself.
I think the main thing I miss is the dimple in my chin.
Skin was the last thing that I thought that they would do to me.
Well, I didn't make anything slimmer or like my nose smaller or something, so I'm happy with that.
This is what I hope for, right? And this is what I expected, yeah.
Okay, first we're going to look at Ali's pics.
Younger Ellie, you look younger. Yeah.
My face looks a different shape. No, that's very different, isn't it?
And you don't like it?
Well, I'd rather
be you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Next up we have Anna. Your skin is so good.
I don't think as much has been changed as I thought would have been. Oh, my dimple's gone from my chin though.
Oh, the face has.
Yeah. I think that's what's missing really.
Because character.
Yeah, I think that's sort of part of me. And the teeth are better.
I think we have got Jane. There we go.
Wow. Actually, like the normal one.
You prefer the normal one?
Yeah.
Why do you reckon?
I don't know. It looks more natural. Like the second one looks like really like a heavy makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like they've put makeup on you rather than sort of changing anything.
Yeah.
Okay, we got next.
Oh, I like that.
That does look like it's from a magazine. You like that?
Yeah, definitely.
And you don't feel that that's not you? You don't feel that they've altered?
The after is more me. Sorry.
No, there you go. That's an interesting thing to say, that you feel that way. And it's, you know, they're both beautiful pictures, I think. And we then should have Rena.
Oh my god. I've learned to accept that being dark skin is good enough, so I'm not at all happy with that.
They have made you so
fair,
light.
and that's not fair because dark skin is beautiful too, and that's not cool.
You're right.
I don't like it one
right.
bit.
I think I had my picture taken as well. I reckon I've been lightened too. That's what happens. I'm used to it. Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good thing about the industry. I'm like obviously happy not to have as many spots. But all my freckles have gone as well. Oh, guys! My mum would be gutted.
I think what they did is they narrowed me here somehow, but I don't know why.
People who smile a lot and laugh a lot have got laughter lines, and you can see so much of their story in their face.
I love my face when it's flawless.
To be fair, I really like the Photoshop pictures too. Like now that I see them up close, I think both are really nice.
Skin was the last thing that I thought that they would do to me.
If anything, this I think speaks more than any of the other pictures,
Yes,
because it shows us something that is a standard and norm. The group's been split between those who preferred that photoshopped version of the picture of themselves and those who preferred the before without any retouching. But there's been one question that has overwhelmingly come up, and that is, how far is too far? My main problem is that as normal people, it is our imperfections that make us perfect. It is our flaws, those laughter lines that show that we've laughed, that dimple that shows we have character. And for me, what I didn't like most about my picture was that I had no freckles, because that's part of who I am. And I looked at that picture and I said, that's not me.